turn number 1. We'll have to wait and find out, because we're going to see that safety car peeling off into the pit lane in just a short moment, and then it will be up to the front man here in Sundstrom about when they decide to go green and flat out down the start finish straight round the final corner. You still want to get a really good exit on this one, because it's a long straight bit down to turn number 1. One of the busiest tracks here in Europe, and we're getting ready to go green here then for the first time here for the European Sports Car Championship. They're holding, there's the lights, and they're gone now down towards turn number 1, and looks like that there's going to be a better start from Gazix into the first corner as they begin to fan out down here to turn number 1. Little bit of side contact there from the second car on the road, and into the first corner then. Is that NOP or is that Gazza? Actually, it's NOP, and there's contact into turn number 1. Few cars round already, hard to make out who that was, and further back also cars having a bit of a moment spinning out. That seemed like a pretty big hit there. Just try and figure out who that one is. Car number 8 involved. That's going to be absolutely tragic for those guys. All the hard work that goes in, and yeah, being let down by the technology. Is here's a little bit of a rabble going down the start-finish straight. Christian Sherrard there for Tri-State, currently at the front of it. And this is, I think, a battle here in the LMP2 class. So, process. And oh, that's a big off. Oh, that's the Italian job. And what was the other car? Oh, and once again, and that's Rising Panda getting caught in the crosshairs as well. I just gets a bit out of shape. Oh, LMP3 caught up, and oh, it's just a victim.
Yeah, collateral. Fortunately for them, I honestly thought the Italian job car would eventually have a what happened to Dono Sutherland in the movie and getting gunned down by Edward Norton's henchman. Yeah, I'm pulling the movie reference. Go to the pit box, but not quite. Actually, they survived the whole ordeal, but nearly getting into contact again. Because you can see there's massive struggle out of that Ferrari 499.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a damage on the front end of it, as Samuel Evenat for PCS is going to get into the action as well and pick up some easy positions for himself. But yeah, it certainly looks like that Ferrari carrying a little bit more damage potentially than the Rising Panda car. It's a real shame there as well, because they were both running pretty well in their category, and of course it coming together just ruins it a little bit. But plenty of time still left in this race, as here comes Samuel again. He's going to try and go round the outside here. You do not see cars going side by side very often here, and still going to try and commit to it up towards turn number 9. Not able to be wheel to wheel alongside just yet, but potentially now can get a better run down this short back straight, and maybe into turn number 10 we can see a move finally being pulled off. Is the Rising Panda going to fall slightly now? Yes, he is, because there goes the Lambo down the inside, and Samuel later on the brakes able to cement the position. Nice move, and through goes the LMP2 as well. But we're going to jump forward to this one. Ryan Stinger for, I think that was Quadish. We saw Nathan Edwards there going side by side here. This is the battle for P5 then in the GT3 category, and that was Ryan getting taken by the Porsche there. Just trying to have a look at what sort of car class of field we got. That is the only Mercedes we actually have in the GT3 field, as there goes one of the LMP3s through. Well, not quite through. Just about managed to stay in front, did Project 91 there. Here's another battle. Connor Swain, VR Racing. Going to pull out late into this slipstream. This is also down to turn number 10. And Liam Kilton going to go down the inside for impact. And again, just parks it on that apex. Oh! As we've got a car off, Felipe Borges, Team Rex, has had a moment. That looks to be turn 5. I wonder if there has been contact there, or whether it's that have just got around on their own. But the LMP3 driver, who can go latest on the brakes into turn 5. Yeah, there's the small bit of contact. This is getting interesting here, though. This is Sam Miller for Impact Racing, and I believe he's got IRL right behind him. I wonder who's in the car. Have they made a driver change? No, they haven't. Capiato still in that car, and that is probably one of the easier moves for him that he will make this evening or this afternoon, and makes his way up then into P4. But I think that Impact car, that was a very close GT3 as they round turn 12th there. Who was that round? That was... Is it just a simple round goes the rear? Yep. Yes, it is. Too much speed. Oh, that's the leader there as well. NOP almost got caught out by it.
Yeah, just a scary moment for everybody, and coming back into the racetrack, a little bit of a scary moment for Delta Racing, one of the two cars from the Brazilian team.
And oh, that's another car around Aaron Beaver for Fisher. I think you caught that one, Lorenzo. What happened there?
I think just lost a little bit of grip coming into the racetrack. Oh,
Whoa.
And we got a full course yellow for everyone.
Lovely. So full course yellow then. So what will happen here is the drivers will hear race control. They'll get a countdown from 10. And then once they get to the end, every single car needs to be under pit speed limiter as they go round the circuit. So just means that the race is basically neutralised. So definitely still on for these guys, as they've now got quite a gaggle in front of them to try and make their way through.
Yeah, because and the problem for them is there is a battle going on in front of them as one of the LMP3 goes off. I think that was resulted. Oh, B3 wide. It's Beasley making a little bit of contact. I think that could have been the prismatic car going around, and in front of them is a Tri-State LMP2 that is fighting against them, and that could have ended up in tears for everyone.
It could do. I think that's the worst case scenario, of course. But yeah, this is fourth position in the overall standings, but it doesn't make any difference for their points because, of course, they are different car classes once again. But still, it's always nice to go for pride and get a move done on a pro team. As there goes Pedro Marquez for turn 1, getting past Christian Sherrard for Tri-State. Number 10, are we going to see a late move on the brakes? No, we're not. And now a GT3 could enter the equation. But you can see there, we've mentioned it earlier, you can see it really in full effect there. The speed that the LMP3 is able to carry through is... Oh no! That's all gone wrong! They've made a mistake. They've come into contact and it's caused a massive upset there, because Impact Racing have been caught out by it and got caught in it as well. And believe it or not, you won't believe this, but it's another Veloci team car that...
Most likely, as we're going to be seeing more cars into the pit lane, approaching already 1 hour full racing. Only Vortex is the car that haven't pitted so far. He is now on the lead, and that lap extra could be a big factor for them moving forward.
Well, it's going to be a lap extra on the cars behind. It's going to be 2 laps, I think, over Delta Racing, who was the driver and team they were fighting with. Playing a bit of a factor here because Van Look's still going around. Is he going to come in this time? Yes, he is. Dives into the pits.
I don't think it's not only the balance. I think the fact that they're close to each other is the fact that I think from discussions that I have with some drivers in like top teams,
it's actually, I can tell you that it's actually 3 laps. The Delta Racing came in lap 33, Vortex came in on lap 36, so 3 laps difference between the pair of them. That's, in racing terms, you know, that is a huge advantage. Round him is, are we going to see a move here as well, in and amongst the traffic, or are they going to make it a safer bet? But no, they aren't. There's the door open. The Porsche runs it a little bit deep. Down the inside goes the Mercedes, but now advantage back towards the Porsche car. They'll have that inside line, tend to be slightly better into the corners is the Porsche, but they're still going to be side by side now as they wind their way through turn 13. Door-to-door stuff, and now the final corner. There's an LMP2 going through as well. The Mercedes on the dirtier side of the circuit, but still able to drag alongside that Porsche. Now the advantage should come to the Merc, because that in a straight line is pretty untouchable. Passing, I think, a back marker there potentially is. Oh, the contact there of a GT3. Interesting stuff, and once again, Impact just getting caught out, and there goes Alpine through the shot.
Stuff thrown around the racetrack, and that was with the GT3 leader.
Oh, don't tell me there was contacts. Oh, thankfully. Oh, they have absolutely got away with that one. If that's going to cause an issue. What has happened there? That is a very odd incident, you could say. It just looked like he didn't want to go through turn 2. Very bizarre one, that. But yeah, brought a lot of gravel onto the circuit, so I wonder if... and again, can the car not turn left? What is going on here for Liam Ducot? Velotti struggling, it seems, to be turning left at the moment. We didn't see him go through turn 5. They obviously got through it, but here we go then. Turn 10, another left-hander. Are they able to turn left? They are.
Did they just?
Oh,
Wait. Do me a favor, Ash. Did they just come out of the pit lane?
yes, I believe he has done. I can double check the live time. So, I mean, it could be cold tyres, but that's on 2 occasions where we just see them go off. It just happened to be 2 left-hand corners. So
It's cold
I
tires.
think he's just struggling on the tyres.
That's cold tires 101 right there.
Interesting though, because he really was struggling out there. Well, he's going to want to get him up to temperature as quick as he can. Of course, he's losing positions here, left and right, through the struggling tyres. But yeah, even then, look, second lap, bit of heat would have gotten into them now, but still struggling through turn 1. There's all the gravel on the apex that he put on the circuit. Seems okay here, but the car is under a lot more load as it picks up speed. It's the slower corners you really need to watch out for. Still going to send it. Oh, is that going to be too much? Contact! I think he might have got away with that one, but definitely pushed the pass.
That's the Revolution racing car that looks to be faster than them, so there could be some cold tire struggles for them on the pit box. Because the one thing, normally the rule of thumb, right, whenever you handle the car to a faster driver is you handle to another driver with new rubber, and you don't want to close. You don't want to waste your put a wasted rubber on the new driver, so he has to struggle with the.
But it was Jack in the car. This is turn 4 of Repsol, and there he goes.
That's probably what happened there, as Daniel Carvalho has an issue on that Delta car around turn 5.
Yeah, you were speaking of spins, and yeah, the devil appeared and gave one to Daniel.
Paper, they would have to drive 3 hours. As now SM is going to be on the inside, and Lucas Santos, more predominantly IndyCar racer on the IR18, makes an overtake around the Fischer Motorsport Porsche time. Oh, a little bit of a lockup right there. But to keep the car on the track, as the Gazak's going to place, as the other Gazak's car is gonna take a little bit of the advantage that turn 1 had, that are just as fast as our 4, 5K, 6K, 7K guys that are in the team. So if you give them time to develop and you know how to develop them, they're gonna be just as fast. The question is just badly, if you're existing nearly inside the top half of the GT3 standings, that's something, you know. I have no problems with that.
I think I'm just trying to see, cause sorry, I can see that we do have the NOP in the waiting room to have a chat with us. The only problem is I can't add him in here so that we can have a word with him. Maybe 1 out of 5, as I was about to mention. Let's jump back on board with the leaders, because the gap is now only a couple of attempts between the pair of them. There's a GT3 car there in the foreground. That Lamborghini is going to jump out the way, and look how close Oliver Hagström is to the back of that car. Cappietto has got to be feeling the pressure now as he goes deep. Oliver down the inside on the exit. Has he got the move done? It's going to be a drag race to the next corner, but I don't think it's going to be easily given up by the IRL team. No, it wasn't, but Cappietto unable to get alongside into turn 7, and Oliver Hagström has taken the lead once again.
Dynaco's off.
That's a huge hit, and Arnaud Dehout for Dynaco has just been spun around, I'm assuming, by the old firm car. It looked to be a bit of contact there. I think that was turn 6. Here's the move again, and no, it's not. He's tried to outbrake him. The LMP2 field, but they've been the first car in. Oh, what's going on here? Are they back in?
Oh, please don't tell me they got the bug.
What has gone on? Do you know the issue, Lorenzo? What has happened? They've had to reset the car by the looks of it.
I've seen this before. Unless they had a driver swap.
They did.
They had the driver swap, but I think they could have the driver swap a little bit later than usual. But I know sometimes whenever you have the driver swap and you're refueling the car, sometimes it doesn't refuel to the amount that you want to. It underfuels the car, or even don't refuel itself at all. So you might have to reset the car on the pit box, and that could have happened to them.
Yeah. Oh, this is huge. Oh, maybe not so. I think that could have been the graphics having a moment, but that's Dan de Ruyter for Fury. That was a huge hit into the wall. I think I saw the front end completely come off as they're battling there. Is that turn one that's just tipped them round on the nose there? It will then obviously register the hit and you can send someone round, but you may not be affected as you normally would. But we digress and we move forward because enough about the blinking situation there. We've still got some brilliant action happening on the circuit itself. This is between Quad Dash and SMM. Philip Forrester, new driver in the car then for this outfit. Still riding on board here with Forrester though, as that is another car exiting the pit lane, the BMW. I think that's Delta Racing, isn't it? They've also now just had a driver change, and they've got the Brazilian Leandro Toledo now racing for them, and they've come just in the middle of this battle. This is also for position, I will add though, so they've come right out in the middle of a battle. As that looked like a car went round in the background. Who was that, I wonder? Green car of Gaz X and Torsten Gross having a moment there. He's currently P3 overall in the LMP2 top class. I think turn one's going to be definitely closing in on them and probably breathing down their throat a little bit if that goes a little bit more wrong, as more cars going side by side through turn 5. This is becoming a bit of an all-out brawl, Lorenzo.
It is, and it's a very dangerous ball brawl as Screaming Moose goes on the inside of Fisher Motorsports, but the Porsche still retains the lead, and they're going to try to take advantage of the fact that BMW has cold tires. Contact pulls the Brazilian around the turn number 8 and throws them off track. Turn number 9 as well. And Impact have to take in also a evasive maneuver in that situation.
Yeah, the battling is not over here. Jose there. Pit stop, sorry, we're expected to be over an hour for some of these GT3 cars, so potentially they've gone a lot longer than we might have expected as opposed to the top of the hour. There's going to be contact though there. Toledo has been spun around by the McLaren there of VR Racing. That's how it looked to be on my screen. Maybe we can get another replay of that one because that was quite an odd incident.
Bizarre is an understatement. I think the Revolution car came in, did the dive, and by doing the dive, I think made Toledo overreact on the car a little bit. That's why he got a little bit of an understeer coming into the corner and got into the way of the McLaren, as we have the Civic car spun around on La Caja.
That is Screeching Moose Motorsport. They're very much being challenged by these prototypes, and now down the start-finish straight. This is Bart Mattia for Tri-State, currently P4 in class, and they're going to be looking to try and get past that WOSR car down the inside into turn number 1. We haven't seen that many moves here into turn number 1. I'm now back to an even 2000 there or thereabouts, so I'm firmly in that bronze category, so they wouldn't even allow me in the LMP2. This is a move though for Sam Miller for Impact Racing, going around the outside. I believe that is the well, it was the overall leader before the yeah, certainly it just looked like it was a little bit overcooked there, probably trying to avoid the GT3, or yeah, it definitely would have been. Oh, pirouettes
in the kill gap. Oh, Ronstein on the inside. Back to you.
Oh yeah, here we go then. Bit of side-by-side action because he is going to try and make the move now. He's going to have to do it the long way though through turn number 5. Bit of the dirtier part of the circuit there, but now the advantage will come back to him with the drag down towards the next corner, through 6 the kink, and then into turn number 7. Will he be able to get ahead? Yes, he does. Late on the brakes there from David Braunstein. What a move that was, sweeping it round the outside. The virtual world isn't like the real thing. I don't really know what is, because clearly the competition is as fierce as that. Is getting pretty touchy into turn number 10. Tomas Marcelino for Tri-State there. This is the battle. I think it was in P3 before. I think they've just done their pit stop. So that was very touch and go indeed, as Gaz X just about managed to get the move done and pass them up for P4. Rising Panda car, and then it just gets caught and round they go. And
he came right in front of the Gaz X Delta V car. They got him right in front of the leader.
Oh no! Oh, Matthew, look, I mean, there was nowhere to go, and he's just fuel saving, traffic management, and everything like that, all accumulates together, as we have got some fantastic side-by-side action here still going on though. These are two Porsches, slightly different shades of green, and the Dynaco car right in front of them as well. So 3 Porsches on the same part of the circuit. Project 91 here, driven by Patrick and Christian Malcherek here for Fischer as well in P8, having to try and defend as best he can from what looks to be almost like a sister car behind. Down the start finish straight they go, not much separating them at all. Bumper to bumper stuff, slipstream now in effect. Is he going to pull out and go for that inside line? Looks to be like he's going to try late on the brakes, really late on the brakes. Does about just get it stopped, but now he's going to be a little bit vulnerable because he went deep into turn 1. Luckily turn 2 helps him out and does about settle things once again and takes that position, confirms it through turn number 3. Lovely move for Patrick there, and Project 91 now up to P8 to see exactly what happened then. Down towards, oh, it's going to be a massive dive, isn't it? And too late on the brakes, and there it is.
And that's, and actually caught the LMP2 Pro-Am leader on the back left.
Oh, that was a small tag, but tag nonetheless. That was lucky, because otherwise that could have been curtains, especially late on in this race. Once again, I think it could have been a bit of contact here. Down the inside into turn number 1. Oh, he's going to get tagged. Yeah, there he goes. So it wasn't. He had no choice there. It wasn't
wrong. No, that's the gas axle. Oh, contact! Oh my goodness.
Gonna be a bit. Oh, they've just about managed to hold it up. Nico Loikkanen there for DR by TS has just about managed to hold onto it. He is going to lose the position though now to Impact, so that has definitely promoted them up a position. So Impact now in second place. Oh, that's a big off though for Vermeulen in VR Racing. P10 in the GT3 category. That's massively off the circuit there. That's the final corner, I believe. How on earth has he got all the way over to the left-hand side of that gravel trap and up towards the barrier?
I don't know, but the car's broken.
That's very broken. Oh my word, that is what sent VR Racing veering off into the wall right around the time where you can make a pit stop and get to the end. So are we going to see a few cars maybe actually taking the pit stop now so that they can save time? And oh no, never mind, because it's back to green, and green going into green there. The two Porsches collide. Patrick goes into the back of the Fischer car. Just a bit eager on the throttle, wasn't he? Full course yellow either way, so this will neutralise it. Oh, and he's looped it. Is this going to be a VSC? Or is he's very close to the pit lane, so maybe not, but...
Use caution.
Oh, we're going to get something really late on in this race. That's going to absolutely shake things up. If you're coming around the final corner now and still need to pit, it is definitely the time to do so, because you're going to get a massive advantage, because everyone is going at a slower... on-track action is what we love to see, is what we want to see. Oh, they're in. Both are in. So Liam there, we had a nice chat with him earlier on for Velotti, Velotti into pit road, pulling off. I can't imagine tyres will be going on as that. What has happened to that car there? They're completely missing the rear wing. And Alpine stop immediately behind and overshoot the markers by a little bit. It's not going to affect them all that much. Who needs to put less fuel in the car and get going quicker? I would say it's a battle of the pit crews, but it's kind of a battle of who did better on strategy. They're going at the same time, Lorenzo. Same time, they're going to be battling on pit exit here. There they go, out of the pit lane now. The limiter will be off. They're going to be side by side on pit exit. You don't often see this in real world racing, let alone in the virtual one too. Who's going to be later on the brakes? They're going to try and squeeze each other with all the room possible, and this is definitely battle on then for P2 in the Pro-Am category. Oh, so this is changing things up in the GT3 category then. So a few splash and dashes going on. You said there Impact in, and this is that was a drive-through actually for Screaming Moose Motorsport. So they've just gone all the way through, but in doing so they still picked up a position.
Basically, only if you do something else with America. Meanwhile, Velotti and Alpine, same second, literally the same second. I think the gap is about 7/10 of a second. They just came down into the start-finish line, side by side to turn number 1.
Yeah, it's not a lot separating them at all, and not a lot separating these guys either. Quad Dash trying to get past the green Porsche there in front of them, and having a little look side by side of Fischer's green Porsche there. Lap traffic getting a little bit in the way, you could argue. This might put the Mercedes off for a move, but Malcherek still able to hold on. That's getting awfully tight and close into turn number 5. This could definitely be on in the next few corners for the Quad Dash car. Is whether or not they can get a decent run and exit here out of turn 7 and 8. That lapped car has definitely put that Porsche under a bit of pressure now though, up through towards turn number 9. Can that Mercedes get a decent run? Certainly looks like they've got a fantastic exit. Now they've just got to pull alongside and get it done on the brakes.
Yeah, and I think the leader is coming up. 4 wide is going to form into Lakasha. There's contact, and Quadash is spun around.
Oh, half spin there, because that was between Liam de Kock and Arjun Samra, as I think impacts have pretty much come round. There they go, already won the race, but was trying to keep on board with the action happening. Congratulations to them. And we'll see, I think there's only probably a corner left to go for the Velotti and Alpine. Still sat in that order. Julien Goffinet also came home to win the Pro-Am class, and yeah, Velotti also. So they're going to be incredibly happy indeed with that one. Here comes Delta V and Julien to take the top spot in that class. Here comes the LMP3 now into pit lane.
You're not going to pull Michael Schumacher on.
No way.
No way.
Is he trying to just shorten the circuit? I mean, it doesn't matter. He's got a minute over the next car. He's fine.
No.
No way. No way.
No way. No way.
Has he just done that? There's no way.
No, but he already went across the line.
Yeah, there goes Vortex as well. They'll be happy with the win. They were very much under pressure the entire way from these guys here. Nico Loikkanen finishing off P2 for the GT3 class. Dynako will be third there as well. They'll be happy with that one. And Screeching Moose Motorsport did finish 4th ahead of Eagle Speed, but that was pretty close towards the end too. Impact for the time being, of course, there may be post penalties added on, but at the moment they do take the inaugural win then of this series here for the European Sports Car Championship. NOP will come home in 2nd, and then Tri-State 3rd, that being your top 3. Delta V do take the overall win in that class, and they did finish 4th overall in the end. Velotti and Alpine, incredibly close, tense battle in the closing stages of that race, but Velotti did win out and finish 2nd, Alpine 3rd.
Velotti winning this race, dominant win from them with Unity in P2, Kitsune in 3rd. And for GT3's Vortex win by 4 seconds on Delta Racing by Tri-State. Dynako got in 3rd place. Always good to see my good friends, Team Dynako, in 3rd place.
Thank you all who have tuned in and enjoyed watching this as much as we have here sitting in the commentary booth. That is the first round of the European Sports Car Championship done and dusted. And of course, we now have a little bit of a wait to the next one. But May 24th for the Nürburgring. Don't miss it, because it's going to be another thriller. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.